Brandon, would you like to talk about our DM? I just realized I didn't give any of these names.
Yeah.
Tell us about our Dungeon Master tip today, Brandon.
It's in the blog tip. We'll call this one Memories.
Yep. It's actually called Memory Troubles.
Okay, Memory Troubles. Do you feel like your players aren't remembering key character names or plot elements? Apply memory slots to your planning. Players can keep a limited number of ideas in their short-term memory, roughly 6 to 8 elements. Once those ideas move to a long-term memory, those slots free up, and this typically happens between sessions. This is enormously important when running for new players because the rules of the game are competing for their memory slots.
I've run a game for about 30 new players now, and really effective technique for introducing them. Did this come from Raymond too?
Yes, it did.
Hey, Raymond, do you want to take that next part there?
Yes. Sorry, I guess I should have color coded all this.
Yeah, honestly, that's supposed to be what I'm supposed to do.
That's my
color everything red for you.
You guys shared the show notes with me, and I just went wild.
Okay, it's fine.
So I love this concept of memory slots because I've run the game for about 30 new players now, and a really effective technique for introducing them to the game is to remove as much from their character sheet as possible. And anything that needs to be there on there, I like to preload into their long-term memory in advance for the session. So I ran the game for one of my coworkers who has never played an RPG. They're a parent, and they've been a parent for a long time, so they didn't really grow up in this age of kind of video games and RPGs and stuff like that. And she was like, I really want to play, but none of this is going to make sense for me. So I basically removed everything from her character sheet and just told her that, made sure she really had a good concept for like a fantasy touchstone that she wanted to play. So she wanted to play a wizard. So I was like, perfect. Think of your favorite wizard from Harry Potter. And whenever you want to try to do something, just let me know what you want to try to do, and we'll figure out how that works within the rules of the game. And that has been enormously successful for running for new players. I've even gone so far as to write out little spots on the paper in front of them for them to put their dice back to, because when you say roll a d20, they're like, roll a what? like they don't have that abbreviation in their head, and then they look down at their little math rocks and they're like, which of these is a d20? Like a 20, and then they're like, they finally get the d20, and then you ask them about the d6, and they're like, I've never rolled a d6 before in my life. And it's like, yes, you have. It's the 6-sided die. So like all of that stuff though is competing for their memory slots. So do you think they're going to remember the like elvish name of the villain that you set up in the beginning of the encounter when they're just trying to remember which math rock is which? No way. So do your best to remove as many things for them to remember as possible.
I agree.
And that's actually why I had a new player one time. Like, oh, you want to be a spellcaster? Here's a warlock.
That's why when I do
you can do this twice. You can do Eldritch Blast as much as you want. Go.
Right.
When I'm doing D&D games at the Community Enrichment Center out in my town, I get a lot of new players all the time. I specifically bought 4 dice sets that are completely color-coded. So when they ask me, it's like, hey, wait, which one's the D20?
That's genius.
The purple one. It's like, oh, okay. Give me a 2d6. What's the d6? The orange one. Oh, okay. They catch on really quick.
That is genius. When I'm asking DM tips, where the hell are those responses, man?
I don't know. We have so many, I thought we might have already done it.
The problem isn't coming up with the tips. The problem is coming up with the tips when you want to come up with tips.
Yeah, and ones we haven't done, he's right. I think this is a great idea. It's not something that I, as a DM, had ever considered. I run games every Wednesday for children. So this is something, I'm stealing the dice idea too. Both of these are just phenomenal, and it's something that I think, now that I'm aware of, I'll try to pay more attention to, because I want to make sure that everything is absorbed at an appropriate rate, and just spewing out diarrhea of D&D is not super helpful in most cases. So
send it to the side I got them.
Okay.
Although Although something I've seen some games do too is the DM has the character sheet behind and they say to the players, what do you want to do?
I can see that being useful.
Yeah.
All right, we're running over on time. Go ahead, real quick.
Sorry, this could be another DM tip. That's something similar I do.
Well, then send me an email.
On the front of my DM screen, I have a character sheet that's in there, and all the important brackets are outlined in colors. So when I say, hey, give me a stealth check, I'm like, where's that at? It's in the orange box.
I did that for the kids. I've got it color-coded for their skills and all their other different features. Anyways, we digress. That'll do it for our Dungeon Master tip, Memory Troubles.